Go. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the CAD Model of the Day show. I think today's going to be a pretty good episode, especially considering that we're going to pick the winners from the CSWP giveaway today. At the very end, I'm just going to give people one last chance to enter. So if you haven't entered the CSWP giveaway, that link is in the description. Hey, we got some people showing up here. Joao, what's going on? Glad to see you here. And Raj. Raj is a newer dude who came on to the... I saw him last chat, so it's good to see you again, Raj. Thanks for showing up. You as well, Tamborara Station. You've been here since the very beginning. And of course we got Yaya. Hey, it's Maletrica as well. Wow, we got a party today, don't we? That immediately makes me so happy. Do you know, like, sometimes you have these days that are like tougher on you than usual? And today was one of those days. So before I go into the Discord and see what's going on there, I don't really have any pictures to help tell my story, but I will show you that I am sitting on this really dinky little steel folding chair, right? And you might be wondering, Rob, where is your chair? The one that you fixed last time. Well, what happened was the armrest started to get loose again, so I took it over to my workshop and fixed it right up and tightened some bolts. It probably put like an hour of work just doing little things. And then when I was bringing it back to my office, I was holding it by the two armrests. One of the armrests just breaks off. It just rips straight off and the whole thing crashes to the ground and a wheel just goes flying. And it was just one of those things. It's like, you work so hard to not only get something done to your satisfaction, but to get it done timely. Like, I wanted to have it for the stream so it can be comfortable, but this happened literally 10 minutes ago. Well, I guess 20 minutes ago. It's like 6:50 because at that point, I was like, it is fixable, but not 10 minutes before I'm going live fix. So yeah, Chair Sama is dead as of right now until I can do something. This is one of those things, like it's like you bake a cake and it's like perfect and you're about to serve it and you trip and you fall and it just goes everywhere. So, but seeing you guys, really gets my mood up. I think it's gonna be great because you're gonna pick the raffle winners today, and and Deval just showed up too. So, we really got a little party going on. But I'll reiterate, I'm going to pick the winners at the end, so, if you think of a friend that wants to get into the giveaway, I'll still let you enter, during the stream. Link is in the description, and, best of luck to you if you enter. But let's see. Let's see what's popping in the Discord. Yaya keeping me timely. Like, I do, make my live stream, the actual live stream event, I typically wait till the last minute. I try not to, but sometimes it happens. I need to find a way to automate it. I think there is a way to automate the live stream, but I don't know about for example, like the titles. Like, I would like to maybe there's a way to interface with the API of YouTube to say, like, if it's this day, put this value here and stuff like that. And then I would have to do something about the thumbnail too, which I keep trying to update. It's something I gotta figure out. Alessio's here. What's going on, man? It's super good. Super good. Let's see. Johnny Joao says, Autodesk Inventor. Animation and illusions. That's kind of cool. Is it easy to make this movement in Solidworks? We'll check it out, and maybe it'll be the model of the day for today, I guess it's doable in Solidworks. Alright, so Yaya has good high hopes for that, so we'll check that out in just a moment. Just wanted to look in here where, yeah, so we saw, Yaya's implementation of the iris, amazing. I love the colors. LG and DNS, which I remind you is the youngest CSWE in Turkey, with his model that he wants to 3D print. And Virus saying, do you have a dual color printer, or will you print separately and glue the letters? He says separately. I actually do have a dual color printer. Maybe that'd be interesting for me to try and print on the Sindo dual color. Then Yaya coming in here with his very cool animation, looks like Plinko, and they just magically sort. That is very, very cool. I think I have an idea of how you do that. Matrix saying, this can't be random. And Yaya giving like the little upside down smiley face smirk. And apparently Yaya's motto is go big or go home, because that is amazing. I know he's in the chat right now. Yaya, how long did that take to render? And also, do you mind if I take a stab at how I think you did this? I don't want to pull back the magic curtain without, the magician's permission, because that is a very, very cool implementation and use of SolidWorks Motion. Alright, what do we got here? A lot, LOL. Too funny. Where's my sody? There it is. Yeah, it just reminds me when I did the wooden snake. That took like 5 hours to render, like 15 seconds. It was crazy. I'd love to see you go for it. Oh, that's an interesting thing. Maybe it could do that as model of the day. My God, how did he do it? Yeah. So here, I'm gonna take a stab at it, and you let me know if I'm off or not. Yeah, I think that the important thing is, I would have to, if I do this, I would have to do the stream early in the day so I can be on time for my post of the day, or I set up the motion study during the stream and then sign off, and then maybe the next day that'll be for model of the day. But the way I think you did this was, you've modeled this kind of like hourglass shape with the pins. That's self-explanatory. You placed a bunch of the balls at the top, but at this point they had no colors. So what you did was you run in motion analysis with solid body contact, probably using groups. Or did you? Yeah, solid body contact, such that they run all the way there. You let all the balls fall to the bottom, which are all gray at that point. And then after you run that study, you just box select each of the bins and then assign them a color. And then you just move that key back. That's how I think you did it. I could be off. It's an amazing implementation. That actually reminds me here. I'm gonna I'm going to there was this amazing video. Hold on. It was of a Chopin piece. Nocturne. So no, there was like an animation. Hang on. Animation. No. Yes, this. Hang on. I might have to put this, so it's muted right now. Alright, we'll just let that ad play. I want to see. Okay, so I think this might be copyright safe. Oh, can I get rid of this ad, please? So here, I'll show you this in a second. Once this ad stops going. Skip. Alright, hang on. So let me pause the stream music for a second and we'll turn this on. Hello? One of my favorite pieces, by the way. Yeah, I do need an ad blocker. I gotta put it on Firefox. I have it on Chrome, but not Firefox. So I would like to do this at some point, but you know, an animation like this one would take forever. So look at the balls and notice that they have different colors and they're like kind of accumulating at the bottom. Yeah, as much as I want to listen to all of this, I listen to a live human play through that, but I'm going to zoom. So the balls, as they come in, they actually make a picture of Chopin himself. Oh man. Yeah, this is such a good video. So creative. Having tons of ideas. Oh, I'd love to see what you do with it. But that's what your project remind me of, Yaya. That you know what? How I think this guy did is that he ran this simulation, and I bet it was Blender. Just hazarding a guess. But I think he let it run all the way to the end, and then he like imprinted the picture of Chopin, and then the balls with that little trill. But yeah, I think he waited till after the motion study was done, and then imprinted the picture, and then just reversed it. Doesn't make it any less cool though. Sometimes the simplest illusions are the best. But yeah, I'm glad I could show you something very cool there. All right, let's get the regular stream music back. Thanks for allowing me to take you on this little distraction, right? But yeah, good stuff. All right, so that's in the share your work. And again, guys, if you are not part of the Discord, allow me to personally invite you to the Discord because it's very, very, very fun. And remember, when you come into the Discord, you go to rules, and remember to click this button down at the bottom, and that'll give you access to all of the channels. So Yaya asking, are the piano strokes correct? Will they produce the background music? Yes. I know this because, I guess a little fun fact about me is I have an ability called perfect pitch, which means I can hear a tone and just know what musical note that is. So yeah, the piano notes are accurate in there. It's actually quite an amazing, a very amazing work to do that video. It's good stuff. This is a good question by Raj. I'm looking at the CAD Tech Help. Can't understand uses and method to apply about Solidworks boundary feature to next curve. Yes. Shoot, that could be a stream on its own. And actually, I kind of need to read up on this too. I know one of my Solidworks training manuals gives like a perfect example on that. So, Raj, if you'll allow me to take a rain check on this, but it's a great question. I wonder if there's like a bot where I could just like keep track. I'm just gonna like react to it with like a teapot. All right. Yeah, and then Virus asking, how do I calibrate my sketch picture? Great question. Maybe we can do that once we go back to general and see what that video is about. And then, LG and DNS saying, with this doodad, the scale tool. Yeah, of course. That's one way of doing it. There's another way of doing it because the scale tool is a later addition to SolidWorks. I believe it came in 2015. So not that... So it's been around for a long time ago, but there was an old school version, old school way of doing that. Looks like that answers Virus's question perfectly, because I think he... Oh, looks like Matrix thought it was a good answer. Yeah, great explanation. So yeah, you know, we at the Virtual Flat Discord server are all about helping each other out and making sure we can be to the best of our abilities. What does Yayo's status say? Using SolidWorks for everything but mechanical design. That, oh my god, I resonate with that so hard. You're like my favorite person right now. Alright, so let's see what this video is about. So what do we got? Autodesk Inventor. Daniel Jose. Alright, Daniel. Módulo 2, parte 6. Well, good thing mechanical design is universal in language, at least. Here, I'm just gonna scrub through his video. I'm sure it's a great one. Okay, so he's putting some construction geometry. Oh man. Okay, so he's making a helix. Fine. Okay, make it shiny. Good, good. So it looks like he's making like a torsional spring, right? Hello? So this shape is, you know, pretty straightforward to make, but there's no... Okay, so I see what he's doing. He's trying to kind of simulate the, you know, the torsion spring actually, you know, bending. Whoops. I need that ad blocker, mate. I'll get it later. Wait. Ad blocker. Let me just do it now. Add. Okay, got it. Hooray. Hooray. Hello? Let's go back to that video. So let's go back to that critical. So, come on. I think we might be able to one up this animation because you see, I think this is pretty straightforward to do, but you can see that it's kind of like gaining mass, right? It's like just kind of riding along, and it's actually like getting longer as it's doing its revolution. So we can certainly, I think this is a good CAD model today. I think let's do this for today. We'll experiment with that. I'm trying to think. Let me get another sody while I consider how to do this. So SolidWorks does have a Helix tool, but it's not the friendliest with animations. But we could also use, you know, reference geometry from a swept surface. And that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing instead. Because I think that'll be a lot more adjustable. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to get like the animation perfect. But I think this is a very good challenge. Joao, you picked a great one. Alright, so let's go into Solidworks. Let's get a new part. How do I want to do this? Let's pick an overall height. So this is going to represent the overall height of that torsion spring. Just let's make it simple. Let's make it 1 inch long. Or you know what? Let's design in millimeters today. You know, let's make my metric friends happy. All right, so we'll just make that line, 25 millimeters or something like that. Okay. And then this is going to be the radius of that spring. And let's just say that's 20 millimeters radius. And to make this go around that line, we can go to surface, swept surface, sketch this as a profile. That's the path. Go to options, specify twist value, and you could put revolutions. And now, yeah, how do I want to do this? I think I want it going the other way. So I'll have the line coming in like this. Have the line coming in like this, and then kind of come out. Here, let's start with maybe like 3 revolutions. So that's a swept surface. Now what? So what would be really cool? Yeah. So Joel, just letting you know, I'm probably gonna do some experimentation here. So I might double back. So just letting you know, if you want to literally follow what I'm doing at the time that's totally fine. But you might see me like go forward and then like, oh, that's not what I meant at all. Then go backwards. So let's say that's going to be the maximum radius, because what I would like to see is that when you twist the torsion spring, I would expect the overall diameter of the coil part to get a little bit narrower when you put tension on it. So I want to see if I can try and get that effect. So let's see something here. What if I get a circle? And I think this circle would be very cool to drive, in a top-down SolidWorks assembly. Yeah, this is going to be very cerebral. I'm like kind of making up this method as we go. Let's extrude this to 25 millimeters. Right, so we have something like this. And then now what I'll do is get a 3D sketch. 3D sketch. And if I grab these 2 surface bodies, I can go underneath convert entities and say intersection curve. So you can actually see the curve in black. I don't know if you can see that. Let me, take out ambient occlusion and real view. There we go. Now you can see that black curve. So you might be wondering, so what does this accomplish, right? But that means I can control the overall radius of that helix pretty easily with this. So if I, for example, change this to 30 and then hit rebuild, you see the coil get narrower. So I think it would be very cool to drive that. I might even set up a line. So instead of doing that, yeah, let's set up, this kind of center line. That's 17.5. Okay, that's pretty functional. Let's go back into our 3D sketch. And let's just get a line that comes straight. Oops, I goofed it. I said, let's get a line that comes, oops, straight out, as in along Z. So there's going to be a little bump there, but I think I can take care of that with fit spline. So this one at least is pretty. The bottom one is easy because, you know, that'll be fixed, fixed in place. The problem is, now how do we deal with the part that kind of sticks out? I wonder if I take this, is that stuck there, or can I like yoink that out? Alright, so it looks like I can yoink that. So I'm still in that 3D sketch. So let's see if I can maybe bring this line over. Okay. In the origin with that endpoint, say maybe along Y. So now we have this kind of corkscrew thing. Oh. Poo. Can I make that tangent to the top, or not tangent, but parallel? Okay, and now with that, I can get a line that comes out like this, which will be, here, let's try and give that an overall length, and say that this equals this. Okay. And then say that it is I'd like it for it to be parallel, and then be perpendicular. So now we should have this line that comes out like this. So that's kind of what he had in his video. Okay. Although, let's see if I can try and... So I go back up. So this line, I'm going to try and control this line in the assembly that this will eventually go in. Oops. Let's make it, oops, some value. And I wonder if I can make it parallel to that. Okay. So let's take out our surfaces. So the two things controlling our 3D sketch here is this line. Let me take that out for time being. So if I do that, ah, shoot. I'm not trying to double click. I think my mouse is wearing out. So this does appear to be rebuilding pretty consistently. Oops, I forgot I actually poured all my soda into here. So, what now? I mean, I could just do a sweep right now. I know there's like a couple of oh shoot, 10's gonna be way too big. Let's go back. And I did all of that without saving. Torsion spring. Okay. Let's make that like 2. Okay. Oh, it died. What's the problem, dude? That sketch looks perfectly fine. Hello? 1. It hates it. Failed to complete. Why? Yeah, I find sometimes the circular profile option can be kind of glitchy sometimes. Sometimes that can be resolved by just drawing a profile anyway. That is extremely strange. It's not completing. Although I wonder if I can, get these. Oops. My clicks are all over the place. Get a fit spline. Okay. Now, I wonder if this works any better. Oh, shoot. It's gonna try and shove 10 in there. Alright, that seems to be working a lot better. And I think I'll elect for that anyway because you get the smoothness in there. Right click and do a selection where you add the path for the sweep. Yeah, that, I'm sure that could have worked too. So, what should be the default position of this? And maybe we can put... Okay, dangerous. But it seems to be working just fine. Hey, Isometry's here. What's going on? I'm glad to see you here. You as well, CTSUG user group. Solidworks user group. Man, it's been a while since I've been at one of those. But yeah, what the user group dude is talking about is that if you go into the sweep command, you can actually invoke this the selection manager and pick segments. All right, so let's suppose that this kind of like 90 degree position was its kind of resting state. You know, maybe I'll do a little bit more. So let's like do 5 or something. Okay, let's save. Let's roll all the way down and just kind of suppress this. Move this so you can see me stroke my stubble. it's so easy for you. Oh, I don't think that's it at all. It's like you know, I'm trying to think of a good way of doing this. And you know, just kind of like, you know, pushing the envelope a little bit too. Here, I want to take this into an assembly though. Let's make this controller line a certain length too. So let's like make that like 50. There we go. Okay, let's save. And let's make an assembly if we see we can't get this thing to animate. I'll have you know too that when I was first learning SolidWorks, like my first design project back in college, the thing I struggled with most was the spring. So I have a personal vendetta against springs. How long you been using SolidWorks? I'd say since 2015. I did see it before then, but I wasn't really like, you know, I just like saw it and that was it. So 2015 I started, so about 6 years at this point. So let's get a dummy part too. I think that'll be helpful. So let's start a new part. And I think what would be helpful for us, 50 millimeters in the wrong units. And then let's put a point right on the end. So this will be our rotational dummy part. So when I bring this into animation, I'll focus on putting the motor on this thing. And this point will hug that, will basically be coincident with that controller line and should be able to move it around. Let's see. Insert. Torch. No. Rotational dummy part. This is what we want. And let's get the top plane of this. Top plane coincident, and then top plane of that. Right through the origin. Oh, I should have made this 100. Be right back. Because it was 50 in radius. There we go. Now we have this rotational dummy part. Hello? Can I touch the dummy part though, is the question. No, it's intangible. That's great. Let me see if I can't do it with rotate component. Okay, so it does work with rotate component at the very least. How are you fast switching between open windows like that? Great question. This'll blow your mind. Control and tab. So hold down control and you might be able to see it. I tried to mouse over to it. On my face, well, this way. There's this mouse readout, so I might make it a little bigger. Hang on. Definitely helps if you're in like a G Street. Yeah, so you got control and tab. So if I click into SolidWorks, control tab, and you see I'm still holding control, so this window shows up, and then if I keep hitting tab, I can cycle through all of these windows. It's very nice. Huge time saver. I'll just shrink down behind my mouse readout. Can't see this. Alright, so we have the rotational dummy part in place. Just don't know why it's not letting me really pick it. Here, let me save torsion assembly. Let's close. Oh, it was still open. That's why. That's probably it. It was in a rolled back state. Come back. Come back. You'll get a lot of tips and tricks at your local SolidWorks user group meeting. Oh, absolutely. Completely agree in that. I don't know why that point is being very difficult to select. What I might do... Oh. Let me get out of the sketch. I think I... Oh, there we go. I think I might have like invoked a bug. That was weird. Yeah, let's do coincident. And then just suppress it. Just kind of want to place this initial part. And then I can go into the torsion spring, edit component. Oops. Yeah, torsion spring, edit component, expand this out. And there's our controller sketch. So this 5, I'm going to set as driven. Make that, doesn't like that. Maybe if I make the line itself coincident with this. Okay, it likes that. Alright, so now those should be hooked up together. So let me save. And now if I rotate the dummy part, I think I'm grabbing this sketch by accident. Hide. Rotate the dummy part and rebuild. Hey. There we go. And at this point, we can actually get to the animation that was shown in the video. But like I said before, I'll try and go one step above that. Yeah, when I worked in New Jersey in the United States, I was near 3 SolidWorks user groups, and I both attended all of them, and I both attended in every location. I presented in like every location that I was within driving distance. It was very, very cool. But for example, now that I'm here, I can set a motor, and I'll go into here because I want to get the rotational dummy part, get the top going the other way, oscillating, and maybe let's just do 50 degrees at 0.2 hertz. Ever make it to Central Texas, you'd be well. I actually have family over there, so I'll definitely, when the current world event with the pandemic calms down and I feel comfortable with road tripping and doing other traveling, I'll actually be in touch with you guys. If I can't just just attend and hang out, I think that'd be very cool. Oh no, well I mean that is what I programmed it to do, but I did want it to go the other way. I thought I checked that. Okay, so if we bump up the frame rate, this is basically the exact same output that Inventor video had. So if I do that and then say replace key and then rerun. So Central Texas SolidWorks user group. And keep that in mind. Do you guys have Rachel York over there? Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Rachel York, it was she used to be a Solidworks employee. She's actually, you know, doing her own thing, I think, you know, with streaming video games, which is just completely awesome. That's so cool. But Rachel, yeah, exactly. She's no longer with Solidworks. But I knew she was from Texas. But yeah, Rachel York, back in 2016, like less than 100 subs to my name. She really gave me the confidence to, you know, keep working on my YouTube channel. So I owe her a lot. She's in, she's in Kansas City. Yeah, I figure, you know, she's a big Chiefs fan. I miss her. But anyway, looking at my output here. This is basically the same thing as what we had, you know, here. If I go back to here, yeah, it's very funny because I think like the model itself is easier to model in SOLIDWORKS than in Inventor, but Inventor looks easier to animate. So, you know, it's a quirky thing of looking at different CAD systems. Alright, so here's the deal. If I start, you know, compressing this torsion spring, I would expect the diameter to get a little bit smaller. So let's see if we can't make that happen. With motion here. Unless you're saying, do you have experience with structural simulation in SOLIDWORKS? A little bit. I am certified in simulation for static, but for static studies. But I don't. I mean, I've always wanted to do more, but I don't have simulation on this computer here, so I need to, you know, get it from somewhere. But yeah, I would like to do, you know, streams about doing simulations and stuff. Alrighty, so what was I doing? So let's go back. Let me go back into my torsion spring. And let me take a look at this. So I have this line in Sketch 3. So I think Sketch 3 is going to be my controller sketch for the diameter of the spring. So let's see if we can't do that. Let me see if its initial value, 1750. So let's go here. Let's make another dummy part. I might be able to... How do I want to do this? Yeah, let's do insert component. No, not insert. I already messed up. New part. New part. And let's go put it on the front plane and just exit. So now there should just be a blank part, and I'll call it linear dummy part. Dummy party, I almost called it. And I'm going to suppress that in place mate. So instead, let me move that component. So that should have moved out of the way. So yeah, origin's sitting right there. I want, let's see. Yeah, I want the top to be with the top of the assembly. I want the front to be with the front of the assembly. And then I want the right plane of this, the right plane of that. It's going to have a distance. 17.5 millimeters. Huh. Interesting. Here, let's change my units. And there shouldn't... I might have misclicked. So, you know, let's go mates here. You know, what the heck did I apply a distance mate to? That's not right. I must have done it to the rotational dummy part. Okay, yeah, it's this one. That looks better. With this, gets a distance. 17.5. And now, what do I do now? I need to actually see planes. That'd be massively helpful. Let me see the right plane. So this plane, I'm gonna make oscillate back and forth just a little bit. And let's go into the torsion, say edit, go into sketch 3, edit that's, oh no, that's correct. So this gets to be driven, and then this point needs to lie on this plane. Perfect. I can suppress this now, which will make this plane loose. So I didn't add any motion for it yet, but I just want to make sure with my new little doodad that it still works, and looks like that is the case. I might take down the frame rate while I test. Let's take this down to 12. That appears to be working, so I'll put a motor, a linear motor, and it's going to be on the linear motor on the linear dummy part, the right, going this way, and this is going to be oscillating. And yeah, this is going to be a very slight oscillation. Maybe let's do 2.5 millimeters. We'll see if that's not too much or something. And then at the same frequency as the other one, which was 0.2 hertz, aka once every 5 seconds. Bruh, that's exactly it. Oh, I think it's contracting too much though. Oh, that looks so cool though. I love it. What do you think, guys? I think I need to make the shrinking a little more subtle. I think it's shrinking way too much. Yeah. Central Texas user group saying that's cool. I'm glad you think so. Yeah, let's adjust this. I'm going to just change that to 1. I think it's just got to be really, really subtle. I think. And you're Steve. It's good to have you here, Steve. It's really awesome. Rodrigo saying it looks like it's breathing. Yeah, it looks like you could have like a bellows in there. I mean, that's like what's really fun about like Solidworks animations. Is like, you know, when you figure stuff like this out, you get your animations from, you know, looking stiff and mechanical, which, you know, sometimes you need it to look like that, and then to something that looks a little bit more lifelike. Always a great show. Learn lots. Oh, that actually reminds me. So, you know, let me put the frame rate up. We'll see if we can't recalculate this. And while you go, you know, someone on the Discord posed a great question that I'd like to address. So from Rajiv saying, "Hi everyone, I don't want to sound rude or arrogant. You don't, man. You know, I'm glad to have you here. But can someone explain what's the real motive of the CAD model of the day show, and what's the benefit in watching those videos?" And and I'm really glad you love my designs. That's really awesome. And true to Yaya's word, I will answer the first question. So to know what the CAD model of the day show is about, you have to know what CAD model of the day is about. And it was just, you know, not only a challenge for me, but before I started the CAD model of the day challenge, it was people kept asking me, it's like, oh, I wish, or people kept saying like, oh, I wish I was as good as you. You must be some sort of wizard. I'm like, no, not really. I just practice a lot. You know, I use SolidWorks every day, and you know that kind of kept going and going. And then I was like, at one point, it's like, you know, why don't I start a project where I just start modeling like random things around the house? You know, so if someone wanted to get better and needed ideas for things to model, I could point them to my project and it's like, yeah, why don't you have a look in there? And you know, if I model like a golf tee, see if you can't model that. If not, find out why not, and then do what Steve said. We learn. Exactly. That's exactly the point. It's all about learning, and not only, you know, you guys learning from me, or me teaching you guys, but it's also me learning, you know, new stuff about the software. And you know, I've actually had, you know, help from the chat and the people in my community, and you know, everyone's better off with it. And that's looking really cool though. So that's the point. We're here to learn, do quirky stuff with SolidWorks. Sometimes we like to push SolidWorks to its limits. Sometimes we do something simple, you know, just to play around. And it's also, you know, a chance for me to connect with you guys. The other reason I call it a show is that I haven't done this yet, but I want to bring people onto the show. So I think what would be really cool is like, you know, I'm doing the model of the day, and then you know, I interview someone cool, you know, while I do it, and I learned, and you know, we learn, you know, what they're about and how not just SolidWorks but just like engineering in general impacted their life and their craft, you know. So I think that's very well worth it. Yeah, you're saying we do everything SolidWorks isn't supposed to do. True that. 100% agree. Let me see if I can't make this look at least a little better. I kind of do like. I was thinking of like making it like shiny, and have like an environment. Let's put that there. And we'll save this out and we'll pick the winners, you know. So let's replace key. You know, I'm really glad that people have been enjoying, you know, the CAD model of the day project. My only regret with CAD model of the day is like I wish I had started it sooner. And I actually had that idea set, like, I would say close to a year before I actually started. It was just mostly like a self-confidence thing, like, you know, model every single day. I don't think that's something I could do, but you know, we do our best. I do my best, and you know, some models are better than others. You know, some of them are, you know, at least for me, home runs that I really just adore the way they came out, like this one. Like, I really like this model. And others are like, it looks kind of like garbo. It looks like garbage, but, you know, tomorrow's another day. And you just, you know, the idea is to finish the projects rather than going for perfection. But yeah, let's let that go. And then I'll answer Yaya's question here of how many participants. So just give me one moment, guys. I'm just pulling. I have to actually, sir. Yeah, I know there was at least 100. Hello. Yeah, I'm just on my other screen here. Just give me one sec, guys. Let's do is form. Here we go. CSWP credit pack giveaway. We have 84 responses. So that being that there's 5 CSWP seats, or not seats, but credits to give away, you're looking about better than 1 in 20 chances. So let me get that as a spreadsheet. Yeah, and let me redact all these emails. Like, I don't want to show that on screen. Hello. Let me, maybe if I just put a bunch of zeros. Yeah, just give me a second. I'm, getting the spreadsheet ready to show on screen. Yeah, so we have 84 respondents. So, here, let me check it one last time. Yeah, you really can't see the emails because I'll just be announcing the names themselves. All right. So this is it. And basically, we have a bunch of names in the B column. You can shorten the timestamps, and then we have a bunch of row numbers. So, well, the title can't win, so I need to pick a number between 2 and 85. And the way I'm gonna do this, let me see, random number. Let me go to random.org. Yeah, and everything's the same. It's still 85, So let's see. So random.org claims to offer true random numbers, but I don't know about true random numbers. There's a philosophical argument to be made there. And it looks like my animation is done. But, this is the best. I think this is the best one because they use like atmospheric noise to generate their numbers. So these recipients of the CSWP are picked by the universe. So, let's put 2 and 85. Let me double check again. So 85 and 2. And before I hit generate and we find out who our first winner is, let's check out the animation. I want to keep you on the edge of your seat. Quasi-random, pseudo-random, exactly. This is as random as it gets. I think using atmospheric noise in like some kind of a atmospheric noise, like going through some kind of mathematical algorithm is pretty close. But there's like the philosophical argument. It's like, is the universe already determined or whatever? I don't know. Now let's take a look at what we got here. Oh, this really did come out excellently. I think that worked super, super well. I enjoy that. So now it actually looks like it's conserving the amount of material. And I assume I could probably spend more time tweaking on it, but I'm very happy with that result. So we'll leave that there, but let's go back to the Chrome window. There we go. So let's see who our first winner is. Remember, I'm picking 5, and at 85, it's a little bit better than 1 in 20. So first one, 74. Let's see who 74 is. We'll do it one at a time. 74, you know, let me go 1. So Krushna is our first winner. I will be in touch with you this week. And yeah, congratulations. So that's our first winner. So who is... Oh, and actually, what I should do... Let me... 74... 74, and let me highlight it. There we go. That's our first winner. Is it possible to measure the mass in the two changes, initial and final, just to check the mass difference? I think we could do that. You know, after I pick my winners here, we'll play around with that. So I'm gonna hit generate, and I just noticed that I'm not gonna allow the same person to win again. But if I hit 74 again, I'll just re-roll. 31 is our second winner. Who are you, 34? And Kiran. Congratulations, Kiran. You are the second winner. You will receive a CSWP credit for free. $100 value. Amazing. There you go. Second winner. Generate. 74? Hello? Alright, okay, so the situation that I said I disallowed literally just happened, so re-roll. You don't get 2 credits, unfortunately. So, 33. Oh, this is so sus. Why is it one literally right next to it? But Amar, you are our winner. That's so strange. So I got one number, then another number, then the same number, and then one number away. Yeah, it was 34 before, and then 33. So 2 right next to each other. That is nuts. I mean, but it can happen in a random scenario. It reminds me what, oh, what, was it 31? Oh no, dude, it was 33. Yeah. Don't make me second guess myself. But I'm gonna pick another number now. 51. Who are you? That name is in a language I unfortunately cannot read. But congratulations to this person, and we'll be in touch with you in email. Yeah, you know, that's a name. As long as you got a valid email address, I can award you the prize. Okay. So how many? Oops. How many do I have? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So one more winner. Should I keep you on the edge of your seat, or should I just get it over with? But yeah, last winner. 76. Which I believe is just right here. What is this clustering? But anyway, this person, Akash, has won the final CSWP credit. So congratulations to him. So thank you so much again if you entered. I still really appreciate all of your, well, not only you participating in this giveaway, but for subscribing to the channel, watching my streams, getting me the watch minutes, which tells YouTube that you should promote this channel, liking, commenting, engaging with the chat. All of these are metrics that tell YouTube that I'm a channel worth watching, and that is so invaluable. So really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. And we're on our way to 4,000. We'll get there. We'll get there. It'll be very, very cool. So yeah, those are our winners. And before I end the stream, I do want to try Rodrigo's Rodrigo's question here, and actually Yaya just told me that he wants me to check something out on Discord, which I will oblige. Let's see. What do you got? Honestly, it was a thing to some of your videos that I managed to get max score on the surfacing, so like a view, it was nothing compared. I'm glad it's like everybody wins, man. It's so good. Check 30. No, I went back to the tab and it said 33. Well, I'll watch the VOD. You know, just to double check. You know, make sure the right person. You know, all my streams are recorded. I'll go back and really double check. You know, if that got goofed somehow. It will all become clear. And Yaya is done. Very nice. Yep, he nailed it. Just curious, did you use did you use my method or did you come up with something on your own? Because I actually, you know, when I was modeling this, like there was like multiple points. I was like, should I use this feature or this feature? You know, let me try this one. So it's like there's like a tree of possibilities that you can do. But that's really, really amazing. Nope, you use something, or I guess no, did you use something new, or no, I used your same method. I used equations. Very cool. Very, very nice. So, you know, just goes to show you that you can get it done multiple ways. You know, Yaya showing how talented he is as a 3D modeler. Well, yeah, and then looking at mine here, I am super satisfied with that. Oh yeah, the question. Let's not forget. Hello. All right. So I think we can check it just straight in this dialog. So if I go to evaluate mass. I mean, it would help if I actually assigned a material. So let's do that. Just having Rob teach tips and tricks is enough. Not, you know, I'm just glad everyone is winning by being here. That's, you know, you know, how wild is that? Like how, you know, you build this community that, you know, everyone in it just wins. It's a positive sum game. That is unique, I think. But, you know, let's take a look at this. So mass is 10 grams, and because I have this going at 0.2 hertz, it'll reach its most different value at 2.5 seconds at this. And for some reason it's 77.48 grams. Hello? That's like, oh no, oh that was strange. Oh, I guess it needed to rebuild from the default thing. So, all right, let's try it again. Recalculate. Okay, so it starts at 78. So we have 78. I changed both the height of the helix with respect to the number of revolutions by maintaining the pitch. Took some time to figure out, but it's way faster than yours, I guess. Well, that's good. Did you use the Helix tool? So we got 78, and then let's go back to 2.5. $77.5 versus $78.5, so a difference of 1 gram over you know 75 grams, give or take. So that's yeah, so that's a little bit more than 1% error. So you were right, you compressed it a bit much, but now it's almost exact. Oh, I'm just glad it worked out. So yeah, I could actually keep tuning it until like it's like perfect. I didn't use Helix because you can't change the number of revolutions. Yeah, I figured. That's kind of what I was most curious about, because Helix is such a cool command, but it's just like not very conducive to like equations and global variables and stuff like that. I had to sweep a circle along the line. Yeah, that's like the thing I was like mentioning before. You know, sometimes like circular profile option just works, and other times you just gotta draw one for it. But yeah. And that's, you know, about approximately 1% error, which I think is fantastic. So I think that's gonna do it for today's episode here. So again, if you like what you see here, I would appreciate, if you haven't already, you know, hit that subscribe button. I'd like to see you again sometime. Also, hitting like and, you know, commenting, you know, very helpful to the YouTube algorithm. I would also love to see you in the Discord, and I'll put the link to that yet again. I know I do this like every time, but you know, we've had a lot of people join, which is absolutely amazing. So also I post on Instagram and Twitter, so you can consume my content in any of those social medias. So I post a link to my link tree, which will, you know, enumerate basically all of my social media presence. So I think that'll be I think that's pretty good. So again, with that, thank you so much for watching. I'll be in touch with our lucky winners. I'll also double check to make sure I got the number right. But it'll be grand at any rate, right? So yeah, I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye guys. Thanks so much.